Mary is 78 years old. About a decade ago, she found she could no longer open a simple jar of jam. She tried repeatedly, gripping with both hands, but sharp pain in her fingers forced her to give up. Slowly, she stopped doing everyday tasks. She no longer knitted, chopped vegetables, or wrote letters to her grandchildren. Arthritis stole her movements, but more than that, it took away her sense of freedom. If you're watching this, you or someone close to you may be experiencing something similar. Hand pain, morning stiffness, or the frustration of not being able to hold things as easily as before. Arthritis doesn't just affect the body, it impacts your dignity, mood, and connection to the world. Today, I want to share something doctors often overlook in a visit, not because it's unsafe or ineffective, but because simple, natural remedies like those from our grandmothers are often left out of modern prescriptions. Yet, that doesn't mean they lack power. There's a homemade oil made with ingredients you likely have at home that can help reduce hand inflammation and ease arthritis pain in just a few days. It sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? I was skeptical too, but when we tried it at home, the results were so quick and clear that I had to share it. In this video, I'll explain step by step why it works, how to make it, and most importantly, how to apply it correctly to feel a real difference. You don't need to spend money on exotic products or wait months for results, but you do need to watch this video to the end, because in part 6, I'll show you the exact method to make it work effectively. Before we dive in, I'd love to know you better. Please share in the comments how old you are and where you're watching from. Maybe Chicago, Miami, or a small town in Ohio. It means so much to connect with you. Now, let's get started. What is arthritis and why does it hit the hands so hard? Arthritis is one of those words that feels distant at first, like something medical and technical that happens to others. Then one day, you wake up with stiff fingers, struggle to button your shirt, or feel a sharp pain when turning a key. Suddenly, it's not just a word, it's part of your daily life. Simply put, arthritis is chronic joint inflammation. Over time, the cartilage that cushions your bones wears down, and every movement starts to hurt. It's as if your body is quietly turning against you. The hands are especially vulnerable because their joints are small, delicate, and constantly in use. We rely on them for everything: cooking, writing, sewing, or holding a loved one's hand. When these joints become inflamed, simple tasks turn into challenges. Opening a bottle, gripping a pen, or holding a coffee mug can feel like a daily test of endurance. Take James, for example, a retired carpenter from Seattle. He used to spend hours crafting furniture with precision tools, but he noticed his projects weren't the same, not because he lost his skill, but because his fingers wouldn't cooperate. Trembling, pain, and stiffness became barriers. One day, he stopped working with wood, not by choice, but because he couldn't continue. Like James, millions worldwide live with arthritis, whether they're 60, 70, or 80. It's a shared struggle. But there's hope in simple, natural solutions that can ease the pain and restore some of that lost freedom. Arthritis doesn't discriminate. According to health organizations, it's a leading cause of disability among older adults. The hardest part is that many accept it as a normal part of aging, as if there's nothing to be done, as if pain is the inevitable price of a long life. But what if I told you there are natural ways to ease that pain? What if you could regain some movement without relying solely on medications? What if the solution were closer than you think, perhaps in your own kitchen? I'm not talking about miracle cures or empty promises, but about knowledge, real ingredients, and simple practices that can make a difference. That's what I'll share with you today. Please stay with me. Modern medicine has transformed lives. Thanks to it, we live longer and have access to treatments once unimaginable. But in its focus on science, we've overlooked valuable wisdom, knowledge our grandmothers held, gifts nature has always offered. Doctors, often pressed for time or bound by strict protocols, rarely mention home remedies, not because they don't work, but because they don't fit the system. Most focus on prescribing drugs, physical therapy, or procedures. These can help, no doubt, but they're not the only options. What few explain is that certain natural oils, when used properly, have proven anti-inflammatory properties. They reduce swelling, ease pain, and improve joint mobility. All this without harsh side effects, complications, or complex chemicals. How? The secret lies in the active compounds in these oils. Some, like essential oils, contain terpenes and phenols, substances that fight inflammation, boost circulation, and soothe irritated tissues. They're like tiny natural allies helping your body find balance. Surprisingly, this isn't new. Ancient civilizations knew. In Egypt, plant oils were used for muscle pain and inflammation. In India, Ayurvedic medicine has relied on clove and sesame oils for centuries to treat joint discomfort. In Mediterranean cultures, olive oil mixed with herbs was a common home remedy. These weren't superstitions, but the result of observation, experience, and tradition. Today, science is starting to confirm what our ancestors intuited. Certain oils, applied correctly, can aid healing. One oil stands out for its results with hand arthritis, not just for its medicinal properties, but for how easy it is to prepare and use at home. The key ingredient is clove oil mixed with olive oil. Why does it work? Clove isn't just a spice for desserts or teas, it's one of nature's most potent plants. Native to Indonesia, clove has been used for centuries across cultures to relieve pain, fight infections, and reduce inflammation. Its warm, penetrating aroma hints at its power. Combined with olive oil, which also has anti-inflammatory properties, it creates a blend that penetrates deep into joints, easing stiffness and pain. This home remedy is simple to make and apply, offering a chance to reclaim some of the freedom arthritis has taken. Stay with me to learn how to prepare and use it properly, as the details matter for it to work. The real power isn't in its scent, but in its contents. Clove contains eugenol, a natural anti-inflammatory that soothes pain, reduces swelling, and improves circulation. For centuries, it's been used for toothaches, muscle soreness, and joint issues. Now imagine pairing it with another powerful ingredient, extra virgin olive oil, rich in antioxidants and healthy fatty acids. This oil contains oleocanthal, which works like ibuprofen, but more gently and naturally. Together, clove and olive oil create a perfect synergy, delivering relief to aching hands and helping you move with greater ease. Olive oil acts as a carrier, helping the active compounds in cloves penetrate the skin and reach inflamed joints. It also moisturizes the skin, improves tissue elasticity, and provides near immediate relief when massaged properly. You don't need to be a chemist or doctor to understand why it works. You can feel and see it. Let me share a recent story. My neighbor Helen, 74, from Sarasota, has arthritis in both hands. She could barely move her right thumb and grew frustrated trying to button her blouse or hold a spoon. I told her about this oil. At first, she was skeptical, like many, but she decided to try it. She made it at home and used it for 3 nights before bed. On the 4th day, she called me, her voice full of excitement. For the first time in months, she moved her thumb with less pain. She hasn't stopped using it since. Helen's story isn't unique. Many older adults who had lost hope have found relief with this simple, natural remedy. But here's the key, it's not just about applying it. There's a specific way to prepare and use it to make it work. Here's how to make this homemade oil step by step. You don't need medical knowledge or special equipment, just a few minutes, care, and a willingness to try something natural. In under 15 minutes, you can create something that might transform your days. You'll need 1 tablespoon of whole cloves, not powdered or ground, but whole, as they come in spice jars, and ½ cup of extra virgin olive oil, ideally organic or cold pressed. Place the cloves in a small saucepan or skillet. Pour in the olive oil and heat on the lowest setting. This is crucial. The oil must not boil, only warm gently to let the cloves release their compounds. Keep it on low heat for 5 to 7 minutes, stirring occasionally with a wooden spoon. You'll notice the oil taking on a golden hue and the cloves' aroma filling the air. Then, turn off the heat and let it sit for 5 minutes. Strain the oil through a fine sieve or cheesecloth and store it in a dark glass jar to preserve its properties. This oil, when made right, can be a powerful ally against arthritis pain. Next, I'll show you how to apply it properly to feel the relief you deserve. Stay with me, as the details are key for this natural remedy to work and restore some freedom to your hands. To preserve its properties, store the oil in a clean, dry glass jar with a screw-on lid, like those used for jam. Keep it in a cool place, away from direct sunlight. No need to refrigerate, but ensure the jar is tightly sealed. Properly stored, the oil can last for weeks. Shake it gently before each use to mix the components. Take these precautions. Never apply the oil while it's hot. Let it cool to room temperature. If you have open wounds, rashes, or irritated skin on your hands, wait until they heal, as it might sting sensitive areas. Test it first. Apply a drop to your forearm and wait a few minutes. If there's no reaction, you're good to go. Now, the most important part, applying it correctly to ease pain, reduce inflammation, and regain mobility. Simply putting on a few drops won't do. This natural remedy requires time, attention, and something rarely mentioned in doctors' offices: patience. How you apply the oil makes the difference between a casual gesture and an effective home treatment. Follow these steps carefully. Apply the oil twice daily, once in the morning after waking and once at night before bed. The nighttime application is key, as your body repairs during sleep and the skin absorbs the active compounds better. Place 6 to 8 drops in one palm and rub your hands gently to warm the oil. Start the massage gently without pressing hard. The key is to be consistent and careful. Use slow, circular motions, beginning with your fingers, moving from the tips to the base, spending a few seconds on each. Then, massage your knuckles, palms, and wrists. If certain areas hurt more, linger there a bit longer. The massage should last at least 15 minutes. Pair it with deep breathing, as if each motion releases tension from your joints. Do this in a quiet place, free from distractions. If you like, play soft music to make this moment yours alone. When done, don't wash your hands right away. Let the oil work for at least 20 minutes. You can cover your hands with cotton gloves to aid absorption and keep them warm, especially at night. Let me share a touching story. James, 79, from Tucson, stopped playing his guitar over a year ago due to unbearable finger pain. His daughter, after watching a video like this, made the oil and helped him apply it every night. Within a week, James picked up his guitar again. He didn't play a full song, but managed 3 chords. He cried, not from pain, but from joy. That's what a simple oil, paired with consistency, can do. What should you expect in the first few days, and how do you know it's working? It's normal to wonder if you're massaging correctly, if the warmth you feel is right, or when you'll notice improvement. When you apply the oil and massage, you'll likely feel a gentle, comforting warmth, a sign the compounds are working. Over time, you'll notice less stiffness and pain. Consistency is key. Keep applying it carefully, and within days you may feel relief, like many who've regained mobility with this natural remedy. Stay with me to learn more details and maximize its benefits. This warmth isn't burning or itching, but a soothing sensation. It happens because clothes boost circulation, helping nutrients reach your joints better. In the first 3 applications, many notice gradual relief from stiffness, especially in the morning. Hands that once felt tight and rigid upon waking start to loosen up, bit by bit. It's not instant or miraculous, but it's noticeable if you pay attention to small changes. Results vary, but most see initial effects between the 5th and 7th day of consistent use. Some feel relief sooner, others a bit later. The key is not to give up halfway. Consistency matters. How do you know it's working? Look for clear signs. Less pain upon waking when hands are typically stiffest. Easier finger movement, less sharp pain during simple tasks, and more confidence in motions you once avoided. Every small improvement is a victory over pain. Don't underestimate being able to open a bottle with less discomfort or button a shirt more easily. These are signs your body is responding, steps toward a freer, more active life. The oil's cumulative effect matters too. It not only relieves, but also protects and helps prevent worsening inflammation. So even if you feel better, keep using it. Give your body time to strengthen with this daily habit. Next, I'll share real, inspiring stories of people like you who tried this remedy. These stories remind us it's never too late to reclaim hope and mobility. There's power in knowing you're not alone, that others have faced the same pain and found change. Let me share some inspiring stories. Martha, 73, from Charleston, loved knitting, but arthritis stopped her. Her husband gave her a box of colorful yarns, but she could only look at it, saying, "I can't anymore, it's over." She heard about this oil and, though hesitant, tried it. Within a week, she threaded a needle. 2 weeks later, she knitted a scarf. Laughing, she told me, "I didn't believe in this until I tried it." Raymond, 81, from Boise, stopped writing letters to his grandkids because his hands shook holding a pen. His daughter made the oil and applied it nightly. Days later, he started writing again. His shaky handwriting brought back his stories. "I didn't believe in this until I tried it," he said. Sophia, 76, from Omaha, a lifelong cook, couldn't peel a potato anymore. After 15 days using the oil, she returned to the kitchen. "It wasn't just the pain leaving. It was my enthusiasm coming back," she shared. These aren't miracles, but the result of a daily intentional act. Not everyone responds the same. Some saw no improvement, often because they used the oil irregularly or had advanced damage needing more medical care. Honesty matters here. But even those without immediate relief found value in the act of massaging their hands, caring for themselves, and taking time. It was a positive change. The key is to try without fear, with respect for your body and an open mind to nature's offerings. Stay with me to learn how to maximize this remedy's benefits and regain freedom in your hands. If you're struggling with hand arthritis, I encourage you to try this remedy. You have nothing to lose and possibly much to gain. Remember this homemade oil isn't a miracle cure. It doesn't replace medical treatments or stand alone as a solution, but it can be a powerful ally, a daily act to help you reclaim something precious, your independence. Behind hand pain is a paused life, a recipe no longer cooked, a letter unwritten, a scarf left unfinished. This remedy offers more than physical relief. It's a chance to rediscover what seemed lost. Use the oil consistently, but pair it with habits that boost its effects. Stay active with gentle hand exercises. Avoid foods that increase inflammation, like processed snacks or excess sugar. Choose fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats from avocados or fish. Don't forget that good sleep is also medicine. Listen to your body, care for it, and never give up. Even in later years, when hands don't work as they once did, there's always something you can do to improve. Always. Hands are life. They hug, caress, and tell stories. Don't let pain take them. Nurture, protect, and give them a new chance. I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any home remedies for arthritis? What worked for you? Share in the comments. I enjoy reading and learning from your experiences. If this video helped or taught you something new, subscribe to our channel. We share natural, accessible, and effective tips weekly to improve your health and quality of life. If you know someone with hand pain, share this video. That small act could be their first step toward relief. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video.